Hey everybody, welcome back to another Severe Weather Center forecast video. And in today's forecast slash video, we're going to be discussing the potential for a end of month winter weather event that could affect the interior Northeast. After that, we're mainly gonna discuss the extremely cold temperatures, and then a warm up for much of the United States, and then we may start to get into long range forecasts, and if there's any more storms past the two main things that are currently in forecast. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're gonna jump right into this with we're gonna start off with the temperature part. As if once I explain the temperature part, the winter storm part should come much easier following along the temperatures here. So just to kind of start, you can already kind of tell we have this huge invasion of Arctic air that's been sitting in the United States, which has been affecting pretty much everybody across the United States, except for maybe parts back over here, back in the Rocky Mountain region and out west. But other than that, much of the eastern to Midwest has been seeing a ton of Arctic cold air. And if we run this ahead, you can see it's gonna stick around for pretty much the end of this week here, with just these really cold temperatures, or with the heading into next week, excuse me, with these just really cold temperatures. And it's gonna stay like that until eventually we are gonna return. We are gonna begin to see a much warmer, or I should say, a lot warmer weather come into play. Now, I'm not talking extremely warm. I'm talking more than like more days that are above freezing and days that are somewhat comfortable. You can see here. This is as you see here on this is on Tuesday, February 25th. You can see this is well above average for pretty much all of the United States on this day, and this is a big change. As I mean, for the past couple of weeks we've been seeing a ton of Arctic air, and just really cold temperatures kind of keep surging down through, and it's been allowing for a lot of winter storms to grab moisture, that and especially energy that comes off of the Rocky Mountains from the northwest, come down and get energy off the Gulf, and it creates like big winter storms over here for parts of the deep south. And that is looking to also change. I'll get into that more about whenever we get to like the future storms and all that. But you can see very warm temperatures, and you can see that they do stick around until eventually we kind of start to see some Arctic blast for the eastern tier of the United States, the East Coast and the interior Northeast. But and then you can kind of see we do sort of have a cold blast uh, on the eastern tier in the Ohio Valley and like the deep south. However, it shouldn't be as intense as we've been seeing, or as we are currently seeing, like around last week and today and early part of next week. But as you can see here, relatively colder temperatures will return to the eastern tier of the United States sometime soon after that warm up, which I just explained. And then after that, we kind of we get another heat spell, and then we begin to see the Arctic temperatures return again. You can see almost in like a blowing formation. It just sends cold air all throughout the United States. As you can see here, we return to extremely cold temperatures. The only place I could see staying warm would be right down here, which has a very sharp gradient. Other than that, you can see much of the United States is encased in these really cold temperatures, which is gonna it's gonna re-give that risk for it's gonna kind of give that risk for winter storms again in March to kind of reform as we head in to March. Those are some of the temperatures we could see. Now I'm gonna get into the future radar and the whole storm part of this. So let me jump right into that. Jumping over to the future radar here, the future or potential future radar here. This is the GFS model. So this is GFS model is for long. It can be used for long-term range forecasting. Again, this is not an accurate prediction. These are tools to look ahead. I know lately that especially with this storm, you can kind of see right here that's been exiting. A lot of people were frustrated, as I mean, when people were looking at this, it was giving a blizzard to much of the interior of the eastern coast, and it never did. That's just because, I mean, the models were all over the models got it wrong. They're used for forecasting and they're tools. They're not meant to be used as like a proper forecast. So with that out of the way, let me get right into it here. So once that moves out, you can kind of see we do get a break, and then we can begin to see those and that's when the warmer temperatures move in. Everything's calm. There's a lot of high pressure centered over the United States, which is going to bring again a lot of that warm air in. We could still see some showers and storms down there. There's some typical like deep south coastal region rain and stuff like that. And then so after that kind of you can see there's a break, not much going on. This would technically be our, I guess you could say, first disturbance. A potential clipper would go through the Great Lakes. It could deliver some snow, some rain, but you can also see that's where some of that cold air begins to try to leak back in, because you can see there's this line right here with the rain, which is where all that warm air is, and then where the cold air or wherever the cold air fought its way in with that little clipper. uh it could be it could be a mini a mini snow event for the Great Lakes that will quickly move out. And then this once that cold air kind of really gets going here, again, hypothetical here, again, another something small right there, again, nothing to note or worth noting. You can see, however, right here in the Midwest, it would give some pretty heavy snow. Again, this probably won't happen, but once it gets to the eastern coast, you can kind of see it would. This is a storm signal that we have been seeing, along with upper like the 500 millibar jet stream has also been predicting this. Some sort of potential end of the month to early March winter storm for the interior Northeast. Like mainly, like a lot of the interior states and Maryland and DC, stuff like that. We could see a winter storm out of that, and you can kind of see here it it's begun. It's kind of already. It's tried to say what could happen. In this case, this would give a very heavy blizzard to Harrisburg, PA, maybe Philly, as it would be another right up the eastern coast to be another nor'easter that would come off of here, turn and kind of ride up the eastern coast, giving some general snow to the interior Northeast. And you can kind of see that there. Once that moves out, we could we could see this turn into something too. And then after that, we really get far out. You can kind of see here. This again, this would be like a March thing if this were to pan out exactly like this. Same with this. And then we get to here, and then this is the end of the model. But I mean, this right here, this is when that cold air is back in place everywhere. So we could see this could be another signal that we could see for the end of the month over by the eastern coast there. Um, Something else I did want to note was, yes, this is one model. This is also an older model run. As of recording this, the new model runs are just coming in, and so this is the last model run, so it's not super old, but it isn't currently up to date. As of recording, new model data came out, but yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. There hasn't been a lot, or I mean, there's been a lot to talk about, obviously in the past, but it looks like we are going to calm down a bit, in terms of like snow and storms as such. But we are going to pick back up we are going to pick up soon. Just we're going to get I would say well deserved break. It's been relatively busy, so we are going to get a break for snow and cold temperatures. Definitely cold temperatures. We are going to get a break from that. So yeah, that's all I have today. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you want, like and subscribe, and I will see everybody in the next weather forecast. Goodbye.